President Donald Trump received a big letter from North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un on Friday, and describing the letter a big is, on this occasion, the literal truth. Check out this revealing tweet from the White House Director of Social Media, Dan Scavino. @POTU @real Donald Trump is presented with a letter from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, Friday, June 1, 2018, by North Korean envoy Kim Jong-chol in the Oval Office at the White House in Washington, D.C., followed by a meeting. Official @White House photo by Sheila Craighead pic.twitter.com/6a1pgfxs3v, Dan Scavino Jr. @Scavino45, June 1, 2018. The comically large envelope wasn't delivered to Trump by senior North Korean official Kim Jong-chol on Friday, according to CNN. It reportedly contained a letter personally written by Kim Jong-un to Trump, and although its contents are unknown, the size of the packaging was in itself remarkable. Trump told reporter after his meeting with Kim Jong-chol that he had not yet read the letter, although the White House told reporters that he did so later. Either way, Trump announced that the previously cancelled June 2 summit with Kim Jong-un in Singapore has now been revived. Before being delivered to the president, the letter was carefully examined by the Secret Service in order to make sure it contained nothing which was threatening to the president's physical safety. Naturally, Twitter users began speculating that the size of the envelope was meant to send a message about the allegedly diminutive size of the president's hands. I am 100% convinced that Kim Jong-un gave Donald Trump this unusually large letter to highlight the president's very small hands. pic.twitter.com/yang0nake, James Cossure, James Cossure, June 2, 2018. Do you think Trump has any idea that Kim Jong-un is mocking him with this enormous letter? https://t.co/jgbrkcb6ca, Kevin Drum, @kadrom, June 1, 2018. Also Trump has he never said it goes in one meeting. I think it's going to be a process. But the relationships are building, and that's a very positive thing, Trump told reporter after taking photographs with Kim Jong-chol and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. He added that he conceived of the summit a getting to know you meeting plus but that he remained optimistic. You're talking about years of hostility, years of problems, years of, really, hatred between so many different nations. But you're going to have a very positive result in the end. Not from one meeting, Trump told reporter. Trump also expressed hope that North Korea would agree to the nuclear ease, although he didn't anticipate that would happen after one meeting. He told them, I think that you're going to have, probably, others, wouldn't it be wonderful if we walked out and everything was settled all of a sudden from sitting down for a couple of hours? No, I don't see that happening. But over a period of time, Trump told reporter. Not everyone in Trump's Republican Party shares the president's enthusiasm for the upcoming summit. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell told the Greater Louisville Inc. Congressional Summit on Friday that Trump needs to be careful lest he be taken advantage of, citing the Iran nuclear deal struck by President Barack Obama as a type of foreign policy agreement that Trump needs to avoid, according to Politico. You have to not want the deal too much. If you fall in love with the deal, and it's too important for you to get it, and the detail become less significant, you could get snookered, McConnell told the audience. If the meeting between Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un takes place, it will mark the first time that a sitting United States President has legitimized a North Korean leader of that country by treating him en equal. Of course, a this recent report from the Washington Post reveals that doesn't mean that North Korea is above making requests which a true superpower would find to be embarrassing. But a particularly awkward logistically sur a main unresolved, according to two people familiar with the talk. Who's going to pay for Kim Jong-un's hotel stay? The prideful but cash pour paria state requires that a foreign country foot the bill at its preferred lodging, the Fullerton, a magnificent neoclassical hotel near the mouth of the Singapore River.